So, talking about one of my favorite shows, Scream Queens. This is a review for Season 2, Episode 11, entitled Rapunzel, Rapunzel. So, let's just get the spoilers out of the way. I'm about to spoil some stuff, so if you don't want to be spoiled, turn off now. Wes Gardner returns, and it turns out he's one of the Green Meanie Killers. Of course, the father of Gracie from Season 1. The somewhat overprotective, weird father has returned in this season to be a Green Meanie Killer because it turns out the Chanels drove his daughter crazy and he decided he wanted revenge. Bit of a surprise, bit of a turn. It's not this is the first episode we've seen of him this season, and all of a sudden he turns out to be a killer. I don't really have so much of a problem with that because, you watch some horror movies, you don't find out who the killer is towards the end, and sometimes they're a character that's been established already in the movie, and then sometimes it's just kind of out of the blue. I was thinking Friday the 13th, the original one, where, you've got someone killing people, and you saw like a flashback to the 1950s where two counselors get killed, and you don't have any idea who the killer is. You might think it's just the one head counselor because they really do go out of their way to make it look like him. Turns out it's Betsy Palmer. Just out of the blue, she shows up. She's like, "What's going on?" Sees a few dead bodies. She starts monologuing about the little boy who drowned, and then you realize, oh shit, it's her. I mean, that's kind of out of the blue, and you could say that this TV series, which kind of mirrors horror films, has done the same thing. That being said, did I like it? No, not really. Because first, to find out that Gracie, has gone insane, ends up in the mental institute, it's like, why would you do that? They didn't have her this season. Now you gotta find out she's nuts. At the end of the last season, she seemed to have a happy ending where she took over the sorority and, made it a force of good. And now she's in a mental institution. And of course, Wes was a kind of likable character enough. Now he's one of the killers, and he kills Chamberlain. Speaking of Chamberlain, him and Zay Zay, I don't think the two of them have ever seen a horror film because they had no sense whatsoever. They were playing the idiots tonight, and it's like with them. At least with Zay Zay, you kind of established she's got some smarts to her. But what does she do when she finds out that Jane Hollis, the mother of Cassidy and the wife, had bought two Green Meanie Killer costumes at this one costume store? She goes and confronts the lady without telling anyone, except for she tried to tell Chamberlain, but he didn't get the message. She just goes over, starts talking to him, and she's like drinking tea that this lady cooked, and it's like, whoa, what are you, stupid? And I was thinking they were going to do something where she was only pretending to pass out, but no, she passes out and ends up in the lair. And Chamberlain was no better. He figures out that Wes was a Green Meanie Killer because he looked at this hairball, which was gross enough because they had set up this thing where Wes had come to the hospital pretending that he had, swallowed his own hair. He had whatever disorder that is. And he's rummaging through it, and he finds a receipt for a machete and a chainsaw and a quarter because they had set up the joke about how the guy had written a book all about quarters, and then a bit of the Green Meanie costume. So what's he do? He goes and confronts Wes. It's like, hey, what's going on? That's where we get the whole backstory with Gracie in the mental institution, and then Chamberlain gets it. It's like, did these two never see a horror film? Especially with African Americans, their characters always get killed off in stupid ways. They're like the Friday the 13th remake, where the one guy is the Asian guy's out there, he's screaming for help. Like the black guy right away, he grabs a wand and a wand lid and a fire poker and decides to go help his friend. I wonder how that was going to turn out. It's like Samuel L. Jackson, Jurassic Park. Yeah, I'll go check that generator. Raptors all around. Ends up, all that's left of him is an arm. And it's like, I can get why they didn't go to the police, because I think the police are stupid. You think they could have come up with a better plan than this. Doc, hey, are you the killer? Yes, I am. Yeah. Like I said. Dumb. So now the next two episodes are all going to be about who's going to survive, because you see the promo, you see Wes is with Cassidy and Hoffel, and God, what the hell's their character's name? Hester. They're planning to wipe out the Chanels, and like, who gets which one? So all the killers are going to come together, and you figure out who's going to get it. So maybe I should make some predictions. I don't know. I'm more or less trying to figure out who's going to survive. I think Zay Zay will survive. That's about it. As far as who I think is going to survive, I think Chanel number 3 might live because Cassidy will save her and end up getting killed on account of it. I think Hester will survive. I don't really care much for her character anymore. It's just so damn annoying. Yeah. Let's see. Brock, Cassidy, Hoffel, and the mother are all going to get it. I think Dean Munch will get killed off too. So Zay Zay, Hester, Chanel number 3. As far as 5 and Chanel Prime, I think Chanel 5 will survive, but Chanel, I think this is going to be the season that she gets it. And those are my predictions. That's what I thought. It was a funny episode. It had a lot of gags, like I said. The killer revealed. And now we have 2 more episodes to figure out who's going to survive.